If you're like most people, you hate conflict, especially when it comes to conflict with your spouse. I mean, it brings out the worst in us. She's arguing about this, he thinks they're arguing about that. Emotions are flying through the roof, causing some people to lash out and get intense and get loud, causing other people to clam up and put up the walls like Fort Knox, impermeable. Some make threats. I'm done. It's over. I'm out of here. While other people can quietly resign themselves to never feeling connected, never feeling heard, never feeling understood. This is not the kind of marriage that God designed us to have. In John 10:10, Jesus said, "I came that they may have life and have it to the full." Here at Cornerstone Christian Counseling, we believe this applies to your marriage as well. I put together this video to give you 3 steps to help you not only work through conflict with your spouse, but in the end, find connection, which, as crazy as it sounds, may actually be the purpose for the conflict in the first place. Let's get started. Step number 1, slow down and make it safe. Slow the truck down. The reason why most arguments erupt into either loud yelling or painful silence is because one or both of the partners are getting overwhelmed by emotion and they start reacting without thinking. What's happening biologically is our amygdala is getting inflamed and our cerebral cortex is shutting down, which leads us to feel intense emotion, but limits our ability to think in a complex way, and actually limits us to usually 3 options, which most of us are familiar with. Who do I punch? Where do I run? Or if I freeze, maybe it'll all just go away. The only way to address this and to actually work through an argument is to slow it down and make it safe. In the scriptures, in James specifically, it tells us to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. There's a reason why God gave us 2 ears and 2 eyes and only 1 mouth. He wants us to listen and to observe before we react, especially with anger. A good therapist will actually help you to do this. He will help you to slow things down and actually express what's really going on inside, but to do so in a way that's understandable and not overwhelming for your spouse. Step number 1, slow down and make it safe. Step number 2 is to find and care for the heart issues. Now, couples usually argue about a handful of topics: sex, finances, division of household responsibilities, timeliness, things like that. The reason why conflict, though, goes on and arguments last and there's no end in sight is because they don't address the heart issue behind the topic. Heart issues generally relate to one of 2 categories: identity and attachment. What does it say about my worth, my value? What does it say about my attachment to you? Are we secure? Are we good? And if I need you, will you be there for me? Identity and attachment. Now, these are really complex topics because they inevitably relate to past experiences, childhood experiences, pivotal life experiences, traumas, personality. So it can be kind of complex. So I encourage you to start with yourself. What does it say about who I am, or about how secure I am in my relationship? Can I rely on them? These are great questions to ask, and if you are able to answer them for yourself, it will help you to ask and find the answer in your spouse. Because if you actually want to work through a conflict and find connection on the other end, you need to not only address the topic at hand, but find and care for the heart issues behind the topic. The last step, number 3, is to put it all together and to connect in a satisfying way. If you have slowed down and you have found the heart issue, then you address it. This could be something as simple as an embrace or a kind word, or it can be saying, "We are good, I love you." Hearing something like that can address those heart issues that are really being asked. That is the key to actually turning a conflict into a bridge of connection. I hope this video was helpful for you. Again, we are Cornerstone Christian Counseling. You can find us at christiancounselingco.com. Email us at info@christiancounselingco.com, or do it the old-fashioned way and give us a call, 303-902-3068. God bless.